There's a prompting technique that makes AI respond exactly how you want it every single time. See, most people have never really heard about this, but it's literally how every enterprise AI application works. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact method that's going to take your unpredictable AI outputs and turn them into reliable, consistent outputs every single time. Hey, what's up? My name's Tom. This is the AI Growth Lab. If you're new here to the channel, we go deep into topics like building AI workflows, some of the new AI tools that we've got going on, and also how to improve your prompts and your outputs inside of your workflows. So if that's the kind of content that you like, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you find this video useful and interesting, then hit the like button. And you can let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. So if you're building with N8N right now and you're kind of struggling with the whole AI agent and prompting aspect, you're getting inconsistent outputs and you're trying to figure out a way to make that more predictable. Now there is a method and we're going to go into it in depth in this video. It's called JSON prompting. And this is a way to literally force the AI to give you specific outputs that you're requesting. Now this is going to completely change the game for you if you need those structured outputs. If you're dealing with CRMs and moving data around, this is exactly what you need. So with that being said, let's get into some examples over on my laptop. So like I said earlier in the intro, there is a method to prompt your AI agents that you could also use with just regular ChatGPT and Claude that's going to get you structured, consistent outputs every single time. So why is this important? Well, if you want to take data from an AI agent output and you want to send it through to your CRM and you've got specific fields that you're trying to fill, or maybe you have a SaaS and you want to send specific data back to a webhook or a database, then you're going to want to have the same outputs every single time. Because if your AI agent decides to do something funky and change up the structure and the formatting, the thing's going to break. So you might be used to adding maybe a code node after your AI agent to sort of structure the output that you can then send over to your database. I mean, that's one workaround, but why not attack the problem at the source? And that is in your prompting and your output. So I'm going to give you a short demo in a second. I've built a very simple workflow that takes sales call transcripts and gives me summaries like the offer that was pitched and the objections. So you're probably thinking, what is a JSON prompt? Well, a JSON prompt has a key value structure that I'm going to show you in a minute. It's essentially the way that LLMs have been trained. So JSON meaning JavaScript. And this is how it looks. So you've got these key pairs, right? So you've got the, let's call it like a tag, and then the actual content. So you can turn any prompt into a JSON prompt, or you can mix and match. You can use like a markdown prompt and then tell your AI agent to give you a very specific JSON output. Another way to do it. But this is going to give you much more specific outputs. Like instead of being general and asking like an open-ended question, which is not really good practice in any case. So you could see here on my screen, we can batch the output into specific sections, right? Call outcome, booked, no-show, reschedule, pain points, next steps, follow-ups. So we're taking the same input, but we're getting a structured output. And that can be very useful in a number of situations, especially when it comes to SaaS, right? When you're sending data back to a webhook. So let's just jump straight into the demo. I've built this simple workflow here that you can see on my screen. It basically takes a transcript from Fireflies and gets the transcript. We then clean up the transcript with this code node. And you do not want to see what comes out of this transcript node. It's absolutely bonkers. I just want this text, right? And it's giving us all of this additional information. In fact, it's repeating it several times. So anyway, we use a code node, we clean it up real good. What I've got here is a prompt, just putting in the transcript that you could see. If we open up the expression, you could see it's a full transcript. Got this plugged into OpenRouter using Gemini, so we can take advantage of that larger context window. And in the system message, I'm kind of doing a bit of a hybrid here, because I've tested this, and if you're using a structured output parser, then you're going to want to use a hybrid, because it doesn't like it when your entire prompt is JSON. Now, I tried this and I was getting a bunch of errors. So in this case, this is the best way to go. And so what I've got is a very basic, like, role-based prompt. Return your response in this exact JSON format, and then we're going to specify the JSON format, and then we're also going to copy and paste that into the structured output parser. Now, this becomes available for your AI agent when you click the require specific output format. And so we just copy and paste that in there, and then we run the workflow. Let me show you the before, right? So before, we had this prompt here. You're a senior sales analyst, analyze the following sales call transcript. Your job is to extract the call offer and the objections. So let's take a look at the output that we got from that. And you can see it's sectioned it out quite nicely, right? You could use a code node to pull these into individual objects that you can then map to your database, sure. And it's a decent output. I mean, it's gone into depth with the objections and the offer that was pitched. Now, the JSON output, this is what we've got. So we can actually use, I mean, let me find the output here. Now you can see in the schema, right, we can actually use and drag and drop these into different sections in our database or spreadsheet or wherever we're sending that data. So that's kind of one of the benefits here. We've got nicely structured data that we can then use however we want in the upcoming steps in your workflow. And I think that's just a much cleaner way of doing things. It reduces any additional processing or complication, and it gives us a pretty solid output. We've got a description, we've got a price, bonus and add-ons. So very similar kind of structure to the original prompt, but you can see the AI agent has decided what to focus on, right? And obviously it's just given us the offer pitched and the 3 objections. But in our other output, right, we've actually specified what we want. We want the offer and the description of the offer, the price and the bonus or add-ons. And then the objections, we want the type, the quote, and the response. So that's given us very specific pieces of data that's going to be consistent for all the transcripts that we run through this AI agent. That makes sense? So that's just one of the ways that you can use this. So another cool use case for this is to break down, deconstruct sales pages, and then turn that into a prompt that you can then use to write your own sales pages. And this is extremely useful because on a sales page, you have different sections. You have the offer, the guarantee, the bullet points, the introduction, all of these different elements that the AI can pick up on and turn it into a nice structured JSON prompt that you can then combine with your own information to then turn that into copy for a sales page. And I can show you what I mean on the page right here. I took a sales page, and you can see it's broken it down into headline, subhead, the warning, testimonial story, call message, product promise, training, testimonials, all that stuff, right? And so I took that JSON, which I got originally from a sales page, and running the sales page through ChatGPT or Claude. I don't remember which one it was. And then I can turn that into a prompt, a structure that I can use. So you can see here, I've added in additional information like a role and a process. So somebody could take this prompt, put it into ChatGPT. It's then going to ask you a bunch of questions to get enough information about your offer and your business and target market. And then it's going to use this structure to write your entire sales page. You could see we've got the sales page structure down here, which is similar to what we would put in the prompt for the output format. And I think this is gold. This is based on proven direct response marketing principles. I got the sales page from a top level copywriter, And so that's just another way that you can use this. That's going to do it for this video, guys. My name's been Tom Crawshaw. This is the AI Growth Lab. If you're interested in learning how to build N8N workflows, discover new AI tools that have just been released, I do breakdowns about this every single week. So if you're not already subscribed, what are you doing? I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So you hitting that button down there is going to get me one step closer, and it's completely free. And if you found this video useful, drop me a like. And if you have an idea of what you want me to explore in a future video, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment below. That's it for now, guys. Catch you in the next one.